We're just going to do a kind of probably like a 15-minute little short movement meditation for the full moon. I'm on day 2 of my bone broth cleanse, and so I feel like I need to do my own practice after this for a little bit and just kind of really like move around organically, and I wouldn't be able to instruct that for you. So I'm just going to do a little slow flow today. It is the full moon in Libra, most astrologers are saying. I was doing my research this morning, and I think one astrologer was saying it's in Virgo because he does it by the size of the constellations and where they are, but in traditional astrology it's every 30 degrees. So we're just going to go with the traditional. So we're in a Libra full moon, and it's kind of calling for balance and more of an honoring like the feminine energy. So if you want to take today to kind of like get creative or maybe dance around, or just really go inward, or just kind of find something to do that creates like balance in your brain and maybe like brings out some creativeness in you. So today we're going to start just by wiggling around a little bit, kind of shaking everything out, and then we'll come down into a little balancing breath work. So we're going to come into tabletop pose to start. And you want to spread your fingertips really nice and wide, so nice wide hands. Press the fingertips right into the mat. And just take a couple of breaths, engage through the core, check the knees, make sure they're hip-width distance apart. And you're long through the neck. Then on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the head, big inhale. Exhale, round. So we're just going to take a couple simple little cat-cows here. Big inhale, drop the belly, push the shoulders down the back. Exhale, round through the spine, pressing the belly button up towards the spine. And exhale, you really push through your hands here. You can feel a nice stretch through the shoulders. Big inhale, drop the belly. And then I want you to start to shake your hips kind of side to side while you're going through the cat-cows. So just kind of moving side to side. You can move organically if you want, whatever feels good to you. We're just going to kind of twist around, waking up the body a little bit. Maybe take some big hip circles. And just move in a way that feels really good for you, just for the next minute. Really focusing deep down on your breath. Focus on how it feels in your hips and your shoulders. Maybe across the belly. We did some ab work yesterday, so if you're a little sore, this should feel really good. Awesome. And then on an inhale, just come back to center, and we'll tuck our toes. We're just going to come back into our first downward dog. So you want to tuck your toes, press really firmly through the pads of the fingertips. And I just like to shift back first, bring my belly to my knees, so you're getting all that length through the back and through the spine. And then on an exhale, then you can work your legs more towards a straight or angle, bringing the heels down to the mat if they reach. And again, if it's your first downward dog, feel free to bend your knees a lot. We're just going to pedal the feet out back and forth. Really spread across the shoulder blades. You're working that direct line from the crown of your head up, shooting out your tailbone. And then here, I just want you to shake your hips up and down. Kind of move your hips side to side, bend your knees. We're going to shake it out here a little bit. Do what feels good to you. Maybe bounce up and down. Sorry if you can hear the dogs. There's a lawnmower going by and they're panicked. And then a couple more shakes. And then then inhale, come down, come into child's pose. Nice wide legs, forehead to the mat. Stretch your fingertips out forward. And take a couple of breaths. Maybe rock the head side to side. And then inhale, come up. We'll come up onto our knees. And just sit back on your heels if that feels okay to you. If not, you can come in just cross-legged, like easy pose. It's nice to see all of your faces joining. We're just gonna take our hands and clasp them behind the back. So you're clasping right at the lower spine. And push your elbows towards each other so you're really opening up through the chest. And just take a big breath here, tip the head back. Breathe into the heart space. And exhale, release. Now we'll just come down to seated in an easy pose. So legs are crossed. And you can rest your hands just right on your knees, palms up or palms down. Palms up is calling in a little bit more energy. Palms down is grounding a little bit more depending on how you're feeling. Just start to take some breaths, bring some big awareness to where the inhales and exhales are coming from. And really focus, kind of roll the eyes up and back on your third eye center. So your eyes should feel tucked back a little bit while your eyelids are closed over them. And then I usually see when I'm meditating like colors here, but if you focus and really focus on your breathing, maybe just pay attention to what kind of comes up for you. You're just going to start to deepen your breath. Really big, filling up the belly. Exhales, and this is in and out the nose right now. So inhale through the nose, feel the belly fill up. Exhale out the nose. Big inhale in the nose, let the belly fill up with air. Exhale really nice and lightly out the nose. And keep doing this. And while you're doing it, this might sound a little silly, but you know those little blowy things that you blow in at the doctor to check your lungs and how they kind of shoot the little ball up and shoot the ball down? So envision that's happening from kind of right between your hips in your sacral area, all the way up to the throat chakra. So we're going to come up and down through from the pelvis all the way up to the throat. With every inhale and exhale, just imagine a little light ball kind of coming up with the inhales, and you're sucking it up. And then with the exhales, you're allowing it to release nice and slowly. And keep imagining that ball of light. It could be whatever color you want or whatever color you feel it should be today. And then just kind of allow that to come up and down from the pelvis all the way up to the throat. Pause it there and allow it to come down again. So really strong visualization, and just keep imagining that light bouncing up and down. Big inhales in the nose. Out the nose. imagining going up and down through the center of your belly, kind of expands here. So on an inhale, you just see it come all the way up and then it start expanding out. If you want to imagine like a flower, or just the increasing of the light in size. And with every inhale, let that flower just grow bigger and bigger, or that ball of light just grow bigger and bigger. So it's almost like you're sucking up the energy from the sit bones and the sacral area and just allowing it to blossom in the throat chakra. Keep breathing that in and out. Imagine with every inhale, maybe one petal or one particle of light comes off and blows away. So slowly with every inhale now, instead of that flower blooming to full potential and capacity, it's now starting to lose its leaves really slowly. And notice the beauty within the loss. So notice how much more beautiful the flower can be to you with some petals gone. Or maybe it looks like it's kind of scary because it's like that death process, but notice the beauty within that process. Keep breathing. And just when you're at your very last petal that's left on your flower, the very last bit of light that's left, imagine tapping in even more to the sit bones, even more into that pelvic area. And in there is infinite flowers and infinite balls of light. So all you have to do on the inhale is release the flower and its last petal and just inhale up a new little ball of light to start a new growth in that throat chakra. So that's kind of like the whole cycle of life, or the seasons, or kind of the life and death process that's happening right now with a lot of people and losing their jobs and not knowing what's next. So for me today anyway, because of this like little cleanse I'm doing, I feel like a lot was coming up in that self-judgment. Can I do what I want to do? Is this actually going to happen? Can it work? All of those questions arising, and it's really hard to do, but rather than judging them and just going down that no path, that fear path, just recognize them and write them down, or recognize them and understand that it's just a feeling for today and it'll pass. Just don't attach yourself to that and don't let it carry you through to tomorrow. Just a couple more deep breaths. Maybe imagining growing one more big ball of light or one more big flower in the throat chakra. With a little bit of alternate nostril breathing. This is really good for balancing the brain, kind of a nice reset button, helps bring a lot of clarity. To do this, you are going to start by a full inhale and exhale. And then you'll plug the right nostril, breathe in the left, and then you will plug the left nostril, exhale out the right. Then you'll breathe in the right, exhale out the left. And you just keep going through this cycle. It's kind of a little loop up and down. So we'll start it together. So big breath in. Maybe exhale out the mouth. And then you plug that right nostril. I do it with my thumb and first finger. Inhale in the left. Plug the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Plug the right, exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Plug the right, exhale left. Just continue at your own pace, making that little U shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. Really big inhales and exhales. Focus on that kind of third eye center. Just a couple more breaths. I'm sorry about my dog. Continue to breathe in this cycle. All the eventful things that happen in lives. Just keep breathing. Sorry, there's a lawnmower out there, so he's going nuts. And then drop your hand if you're doing alternate nostril breathing. Take a big inhale in both nostrils. Big exhale out the mouth. One more big inhale. Exhale. Last big inhale in the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And you can bring your hands to heart center. Take a couple breaths. Notice how you're feeling. And then open your eyes. Thank you all for coming and sharing with me. I will be on here tomorrow for another little flow and meditation at 10 o'clock. I just will not be on here on Friday. I might do it a little earlier Friday. I'm not sure yet, so stay tuned. I do have my Twitch page going. The link is in the little headline of this live. The sound quality is a little bit better because I'm wearing a microphone for that channel. So if you're having a hard time hearing, you can pop over there. It's a free platform. It's a little bit daunting in the beginning, I will be honest, but you just have to click my link and it'll take you right there. But I hope you have a beautiful full moon. We've been howling at 8 o'clock in Colorado and it's been epic. So if you want to howl at the moon at 8 p.m. and join me, I will be out there howling my little booty off and having a great time to celebrate the full moon. So I hope you have a really good day and we'll see you tomorrow.